Hello friends, today's video we are going to look at CROSSFILTER DAX function. There was a question posted on Power BI community forum where this function was used. Let me walk through the question which user posted. So here what we have is the user posted dim articles, fact reclamations and fact orders, three tables. Article is connected with fact orders, one to many, and article is also connected to fact reclamations, which is perfectly fine. Now what user is looking for? If I select reason for complaint A from fact reclamations, because this says the reason for complaint and this is the table data A, and he want to see only the articles which are related to that particular reason for complaint. And again, he give an example. If I choose complaint B, I want to see only the articles related to complaint B with the total amount, which comes from, of course, orders table. And specifically, he mentioned how I can do without setting the cross filter direction on both. So that is the key here. He does not want to create the relationship cross filter direction to both, which will actually solve the problem. So what we will do, we will go through doing the cross filter direction to both and test the solution, and then we will write a measure and use the cross filter function. So here is what I have. I already have the same data model which user created, dim article, fact reclamations and fact orders. So I put the articles, so giving the sum amount by articles, and then the reason for complaint coming from fact reclamations. So if I select any of the value reason for complaint, this visual does not change at all. And the reason why it is not changing, if we look at the direction, the reason for complaint is in this fact reclamations table. And when we are selecting any value in here, looking at the cross filter direction, it is many side and it is not filtering dim article. And because it is not filtering dim article and it is the fact orders, the amount is not getting changed. So one way the solution is, which is not a best practice, to set the cross filter direction to both. And this is not recommended, and you want to avoid this at every cost. And there could be other reason that you have to do this cross filter direction to both, but never ever use cross filter direction to both. Whenever I get to see new project or a Power BI report which is done by someone else and I took over the project, the first thing I go and look in the model, what are the cross filter directions are, if there is anything both, especially when it comes to performance and some weird results. And the one of the cause could be the cross filter direction to both. There are many articles on this. I don't want to go in detail, but talk about the cross filter direction, cross filter function today. So now we change the cross filter direction to both. So what happens is when reason for anything we filter on this table, fact reclamations, it's going to filter the dim article, and of course dim article is going to filter the fact orders. So now if we go back to our example, as you can already see, I selected B. Now I see the only two rows. If I uncheck it, I see everything. And if I see A, click A, so I'm getting the A value. This is working fine. But as I mentioned, we should, in every cost, try to avoid the cross filter direction to both. So if we don't want to do that, since the user in his post mentioned that I don't want to use this cross filter direction to both, so what alternate we have at that point of time? And this is where the cross filter DAX functions come in the picture, which actually allow us to do the same. So if I go back to my measure, which is sum amount, so what we will do here is I can just simply calculate, calculate sum, that's my sum measure. And then instead of what I will do is I can use the function cross filter. So first of all, left column and right column name. So from our fact article, fact reclamations article, and with the dim article. Why we're using these columns? Because the relationship is on these columns, so we have to use those columns on which we have the relationship. If there is no relationship on these columns, or I use the different columns, it would give an error and will not work. And so let's say dim article. So what we're going to, there's a third parameter which is actually has three options. One is, let me see, both none, one way left filter right, and one way right filter. The one way at the bottom two options are when many to many relationships are there, but these the first three were there from day one. When the many to many came, the last two options were added. But here what we are interested is in the both. What we want to do is we want what we manually set the cross filter direction to both. In this case we want it to be in our measure, so we will change it to put the value both, and then that's it. Now we go back to our measure, our relationship. Our filter is still single direction. Fact reclamation is not filtering dim article, as we can see from the relationship. But when we're using that measure which we just created with the cross filter function used in the measure, we actually now behaving it like the facts reclamation fact table is filtering the dim article table. So as you can see, when I select any reason for complaint, this visual is changing because we use the cross filter function. I also used this CROSSFILTER DAX function in my yesterday's video, where the values were shown on the legend instead of showing the measure name. Do check out that video, link is in the description. I hope you find this video useful and learned how and where you can use the CROSSFILTER direction function. Let me know what you guys think. Until next video, have a good day. Do subscribe my channel. Bye for now. Thank you.